Facebook Live. This is Monique. I'm still here at TECHCNXT in Burlington, California. I'm with Jahari Soward, founder of My Esteem Kits, and we're going to learn a little bit more about her business and why she got started. So social entrepreneurs, listen up. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for inviting me.
No problem. So tell me when you got started.
So I got started in My Esteem with My Esteem Kits probably less than about a year ago. But I've been a scientist for a while.
Okay.
I worked in the industry as a chemist in polymer science specifically. And then shortly thereafter, I started a recruiting firm specifically targeted to the STEM community. And when my desire to really start My Esteem Kit was because I started to see the lack of women that I could place in certain roles. And my experience as a scientist as well was one that led me to the decision to start My Esteem Kits and really just give girls the opportunity to see something different and learn from other women and experience, STEM at a different level that wasn't really given to me as a kid.
Okay, I have to say I didn't know that she just got started a year ago.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's a true testament that it's something that can be attained. I thought you were going to say you've been doing this for 5 years.
For My Esteem, no. I've had the recruiting firm for about 8 years.
For 8 years.
For My Esteem, it's been about a year ago.
About a year.
Next December.
Okay,
so, yeah.
Awesome. So, and tell us where you are. Like, where are you headquartered right now?
In Atlanta, Georgia.
In Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, and I think there's a big, not a big push, but I should say a growing tech community there that I've seen, specifically for African American women, because I think Project Diane are you familiar with Project Diane?
I'm not familiar with Project Diane, but I am familiar with the tech community in Atlanta, and so it is growing, and that's a good thing. Whenever we can start to see women and other minorities in the space and doing things that are very innovative, it shows us what we can do, and that's one of the reasons that it becomes really important that we educate young girls on what that looks like, right? What good looks like, what technology looks like, and that it always doesn't have to fit one bubble and one specific space, but it covers the gamut. And one thing that I always say is that STEM is technology, right?
Yes.
So we can't think that tech is only one. It's linear or it's one dimension. It's science, it's technology, it's engineering, it is art, it's the creative part, and it's mathematics and it's manufacturing. And so we cannot forget that those parts are also STEM related.
Right.
Yeah, and that is technology.
Absolutely. And we were talking a little bit earlier about the challenges women face in the STEM fields. Yeah. And I'd just like to know, like, what keeps you inspired to keep going? So it's one thing to have an idea that just won't go away and then you act on it, but then when you actually start working on that project, there are, speed bumps that come along. So what is it that just keeps you going every day to say, you know what, I'm going to keep building, I'm not going to stop?
I think the biggest thing is our youth. I just can only recall my own experiences as a child and really saying that it wasn't until I got out of college that I started recognizing all that you could do with the degree, or all that you could do in chemistry and all the opportunities that existed. And recently I hosted a STEM fair in Atlanta, and our list was so large. I mean, we could only accept 200 students, and we had 350 trying to get in. The wait list was still there, and parents wanted an opportunity to engage their students, engage their children, but they didn't know where to go. And so the My Esteem Kit was really a response to what I saw, because parents want to identify opportunities to engage their children, but they don't know how to support their children in STEM. And what are some of the things that they need to do, especially if they don't have a background in it? It's the question on, well, what do I do? How do I teach this? How do I teach my child math? How do I expose them to ongoing education? It's not enough to go to the mall and take them to the Microsoft store. And it's not enough for them to be consumers and users. They have to be developers of these apps, developers of the technology, developers use of the materials and the things that they like, and showing them that STEM is a part of all of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. And so tell us, I know there's several, but what is one challenge as a social entrepreneur that you faced, and either how you overcame it, or if it's still there, how are you dealing with it?
Yeah, you know, I think there's a bias that's already created, I think, when it comes to social entrepreneurship. It's still new, so kind of does it exist? What is this? What's the business model? Is there faith that you can do it? What are the success factors? How do you prove that it works, right? I think we have been able to look at some small measurable goals, right? And so for us, it's not to say that, yes, every student will be an engineer or be a technologist or be a scientist or be an innovator, but we are saying that there's a level of self-efficacy that doesn't hurt. So am I more willing to raise my hand? Am I more willing to explore careers in STEM as a result of as a result of getting the box? You know, does it spark my curiosity a little bit greater than what I had before? And ultimately, at the end of the day, if you can start to do those things, that sparks the interest. You want to keep going from there. And so intellectual curiosity, the ability to be curious about something that you don't know and still do it over and over again, shows that I'm not giving up. And so that's what we want really the box to do. And that's why we called it My Esteem. Because while, yes, it's about exposure to science and exposure to STEM, it's also about that link and that alignment to career exploration. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's the confidence in yourself. And so we know that there is a confidence gap that exists amongst girls in STEM. And this hopefully is a way to address that. And that's the area where I don't think like it's being talked about. It's not being talked about enough. And there is a conversation that should be had in that area. And hopefully this sparks the conversation.
Yes, we're going to make sure it does.
Yeah,
so
yeah, this sparks the conversation.
So tell everybody how they can reach out and help My Esteem grow.
So right now, My Esteem kit will be available online. You can just preview it. We'll launch our Kickstarter campaign in November, and then we officially will have a launch in December. So December 1st will be our official launch on the website, but you can go on now and just put your email address in to receive updates on what we're doing. Of course, the Kickstarter campaign is going to be huge. So if you not just have a child that's in STEM, but if you believe in what we're doing and believe in reducing the confidence gap and growing opportunities for young girls in STEM, then just contribute, you know, even $5, $10, $20, $100, $500, whatever you like, to help us launch this product. That'll be outstanding. You know, we believe in it, and we know that it could potentially change the lives of girls.
And I should ask, are there opportunities to volunteer?
Yeah, at this time, not as much.
Okay.
But I do plan on doing some teacher trainings. So definitely, you know, we always go into the school systems. If you are in a school system and you'd like for us to come, we'll be more than happy to try to get it to you all, or to any type of community center. And if you're a woman in STEM, we would love to maybe feature you on some of the career alignment to career opportunities. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell us the website.
www.myesteamkits.com. AITS.
Okay, and I will make sure I'm going to drop it in the comments so that everybody can get to it quickly. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Alrighty, I'll be back with more updates from the TechConnect conference later. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.